It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic, and if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Can in dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o, kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Yes.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from.
Ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí.
Read the caption of this broadcast, the description of the broadcast, and please share the broadcast.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Apologies for the late start again. But I promise to make it up to all of us tonight. Like the broadcast as well. That is your offering. And how is the sound? Loud and clear. They want to regulate social media to control access to information, keep people in the dark. You are supposed to be saying everything is fine, not everything is hard. Mutide. So, good morning to you once again. You might need to tune down the volume of your, of your device. I've made some little adjustment to the audio, and I believe it's going to be a little bit louder somehow. Okay. So, thank you so much for joining me tonight from wherever you are watching from. So, if you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, shared it, and you've also paid your offering, which is liked the broadcast. A big thanks to you. And if you haven't done it, please do. Now, the rider for this broadcast is that Gbaja Mole feels like it is time for them to regulate the social media again. This is them. I told you that the only playbook these rogues have is the playbook they gave to Bokwari. And if you pay attention very well, when they are talking about security, or talking about the economy, or talking about anything at all, go and take a look at when Bokwari and his change bandits were holding sway, at least the first 2 years. So it's not hard for you to see through all their charades, and they have become more hostile to the same bridge they used in getting to power in Nigeria. Social media is where you have access to undoctored information. You see, if you are the type that sort of only have access on social media, have access to content that are pretty much useless, that's up to you. But when you look at those who are interested in seeking information, verified information, including some of their leaked secrets, including documents as well, such as documents and tapes and calls. So there are places where if you look for them, they are readily available. And when you have them, the ideal thing is to spread them. That unfettered, undoctored information, uncontrolled information is their own downfall. They used it against Goodluck Ebere Jonathan. Let me give you a flashback before they decided to go hostile on social media. This was 10 years ago, 2014.
This government is incapable of doing anything. Even if you ask them to eat food, they will not do it competently. They are so incompetent that they speak in ways and manners that really has reduced Nigeria to a laughingstock in the world. Who is APC? Who in APC will arrange the abduction of girls? To what end? To what purpose? They should come out, and if they are the government, if they know anyone, if Nasir El-Rufai is involved, what are they waiting for? Arrest me and prosecute me. But they are all a bunch of liars. They only know how to point fingers at anyone. They don't know how to govern. Instead of sitting down and solving problems, they point fingers at other people. They blame others to divert attention from their incompetence. The primary responsibility of any government is to provide security. They have failed woefully. Instead of focusing on it, they are blaming people. Who is behind? the abduction. Who is behind terrorism in APC? You are the government. You have security agencies. You have intelligence agencies. You have the army. You have the police. We have courts. What are you waiting for?
And then
what are they waiting for?
There have also been accusations that you are the party APC, being the biggest opposition party so far in Nigeria, so as we speak right now, is taking advantage or exploring advantage of the fact that there's terrorist crisis in the country, and you're exploring that.
Why should you
score political points?
What is we are in opposition? Are we supposed to let a government that has become so incompetent will be praising them and say that, oh, terrorism is happening, Jonathan is doing nothing, well done Jonathan? Are we supposed to do that? We are in opposition. Our job is to look at even good things that they are doing and say they are not doing it well. That is the job of opposition. So we have no apologies for pointing out to Nigerians that this government is incompetent and has failed to provide security. If you say we are politicizing it, fix the problem so that we can't politicize it. Okay? Are we politicizing breathing of air? Every Nigerian can breathe air. We can't politicize it because there is no problem there. But if you fail to supply petroleum products and we say you are failing, you say we are politicizing it. Fix the problem so that we don't politicize it. If you say that there is terrorism, we are politicizing it, eliminate terrorism. 5 years ago, nobody is talking about terrorism in Nigeria. Under Jonathan, it has become an industry. And we should not take advantage of their failings so that we secure the votes of Nigerians in the next elections. There must be something wrong with them. We have made suggestions to the government on how to improve security. They have ignored it. They have set up 5 different committees that have given them recommendations how to address this problem of terrorism in the last 3 years. They have not implemented one. They are incompetent. But they try to blame other people.
So at this stage that we are right now with terrorism in Nigeria, what do you think is the solution, especially on how to rescue the girls?
Look, the government has the solution to this problem. Several committees have given them recommendations. They should just implement the recommendations in their drawer. Okay? As for rescuing the girls, we have seen examples of what countries do when this situation happens. You should have military action on the one hand and negotiation on the other hand. You should not foreclose anything because the lives of your citizens are at risk and you don't want to lose one life. You don't want to lose the life of one person. You don't want to lose the life of 250 girls. So whatever it takes to rescue those girls should be done. If one of these girls was Jonathan's daughter, the story will be different. The only reason why these girls are still in captivity is because they are not the daughter of any important man in Nigeria, and we know it. And if you say I'm politicizing terrorism, go and rescue the girls so that I don't have a basis to politicize it.
So are you in support of negotiation?
I am in support of every option. When you have lives of your citizens at risk, you should not take any option off the table. You should be flexible. You should listen. You should negotiate and look at the price you have to pay and get those girls out. You should not say you won't do this or you won't do that. This is irresponsible. This government.
That was 10 years ago when APC, Egbekegbe, brought terrorism to Nigeria for the sake of returning power to northern Nigeria. We know all of that. They are no longer secrets. But 10 years after, the terrorism that APC, Egbekegbe, brought to Nigeria, they have kind of expanded it beyond anyone's imagination or expectation. So terrorism is now a biggest industry in Nigeria that gobs billions of dollars and trillions of naira in ransoms, in equipment, in this, in that. But rather than for terrorism to reduce in Nigeria, man, it touched almost everything in that country. So 10 years ago, social media was very powerful. And like El Rufaya said, you see that man you saw in that video, he later became the governor of a state in Nigeria. And under him, a section of his own state, the people there, they were subjected to an endless genocide, state-sponsored genocide believed to have been sponsored by that daredevil. Or like he said, if you have evidence, arrest me. No one has arrested him. Or the system can never arrest him. Because the game is the game. To them, if it takes your life, the game is the game. So people have now, were supposed to have known better now, but these guys are like madmen or like madman. So when you give a madman, it is so easy to give cutlass, machete to a madman, but to collect it back from a madman, blood go flow, life may even be lost. That's exactly what APC, Egbekegbe, they are two factions that succeeded themselves there. When these strange bedfellows were coming together to rescue Nigeria, social media, where the young people controls, right? They blended with the audience. They started speaking the language of the young people. And by so doing, they managed to blind sight so many of them that they couldn't see that jihadists, kleptomaniacs, treasury looters, human organ traffickers, drug traffickers, they were those coming together to rescue them from Jonathan. By the time they slept over the jubilation that Jonathan was gone and opened their eyes, they discovered that they've handed their destiny to thieves. Now the struggle to make them do it right began, and many lives were lost and are still being lost today. Unfortunately, they have never taken any responsibility. Like 10 years ago, as they said, Jonathan was pointing fingers. They have been shifting the goalpost themselves. And they have been so accustomed to the fact that the failure that you see, they will easily agree with you. Yes, things are bad. Of course, things are worse. You know, blah, blah, blah. It could have been terrible if not because of us. Can you even believe that? From what you were at in 2015 under corruption, make I give you some little brain recharge before I go further about these rogues. When they were using social media at the time and talking about how corrupt, incompetent Egbere Jonathan was, they had evidence, and in fact, they were indeed convincing. But if you pay attention to those who they were, everything they said would never been touched with the longest pole ever. But they managed to get a little bit of some gullible ones to believe that the man that overthrew the first person to overthrow the first democratically elected government in Nigeria, that same man was going to become somebody who was going to give them human rights, give them infrastructure, stop corruption, defend the country and all of that stuff. And then the thieves like Tifnumbu, drug runners, drug dealers and all of those around him, Atifku, Saraki and the rest of them, they were not looking at them. They were just feeling like, yeah, because Nigeria was so corrupt that Nigeria had $33 billion in foreign reserve. Nigeria was generating over 8,000 megawatts of electricity and distributing over 5,000 megawatts of electricity. And a corrupt Nigeria had the petroleum per liter at 87 naira. Okay, while minimum wage was at 18,000 naira. I mean, take a look at this. So, the Nigerian naira to dollars was 155 naira official and 199 naira. Even make it 200 naira to a dollar. So if you were earning 18,000 naira under corrupt Egberejolantan, right, you were practically earning something around about a 200 to 300 what do you call it? About $200. That's how much you are earning in a month. Now, under the same corrupt government that these rogues told you about, Nigeria oil production was at the time, I think it was at 1.3 million barrels a day, okay? With the record that Nigeria was losing over 50,000 barrels of crude oil to thieves, all right? Now, fast forward to the time that the rogues took over. They increased the minimum wage to what? 30,000 naira, while, the exchange rate is now what? 1,000. I'm using current one because it is still 30,000 naira, your minimum wage. Abi? So today, your minimum wage is, unfortunately, less than, what's that? It's less than $100 today. Nigeria minimum wage is somewhere around $40 under supposed non-corrupt rogues. Now, the debt of Nigeria was put at the time, was put at a 13.5 billion US dollars, okay? While the excess crude account of Nigeria under the thieves, Egberejolantan, was at $7.5 billion dollars. This were the money they met and the liability they met and the country they met. Now, 8 years after that, Nigerian foreign reserve from $33 billion, no single dime was added to it for 8 solid years. By the time they were done, the Nigerian foreign reserve, 30 billion of that has been used as a collateral for a loan that Nigerians don't even know what they use the money for. Right now, whatever is left in the Nigerian foreign reserve has left Nigeria in negative. That when they want to borrow money, when they want to borrow Nigeria or give money to Nigeria, a loan, they give them at ridiculous interest rates. The excess crude account, where they normally kept excess money from their sale of crude oil, right, has been emptied. Today, the balance in that account is less than $1,000. And I'm not joking. And that's not an exaggeration. Okay? So, from $7.5 billion under these criminals in 8 years, it is completely empty. No dime was added to it in 8 years. Okay? Now, talk about talk about the sale of crude oil as well. That automatically disappeared. Nigerians no longer know how much crude oil they sell, how much money they make from it in the last 9 years. Nobody is asking why they took Nigeria on the road trip to offer borrowing and sorrowing, which further devalued their currency. Electricity generation dropped drastically. Under these rogues in 8 years, Nigeria national grid collapsed 516 times. I'm talking about a whole country, and the electricity generation and whatever shut down 516 times. No single megawatt of electricity was added or distributed under these rogues. Now, people are not really asking. If you are asking why everything is so choked up today, under the thieves, since 1960 of Nigeria independence, right? The Central Bank of Nigeria has printed, from on record, the Central Bank of Nigeria has printed and borrowed the federal government of Nigeria 760 billion naira. Let me explain that to you. By law, okay, when the federal government of Nigeria writes budgets and they have shortcoming, most of their budgets are sort of, put on, budgeted on expecting, income, okay? How much money they will get from tax, how much money they will get from, sale of crude or any other Forex and all of that. Or in fact, they even put money they will expect from donor countries. Yeah, those ones that give them donations, okay? They had that to their budget. Now, in that, they will now sort of approach the central bank. So by law, the Central Bank of Nigeria can lend 5%. Listen to that too. 5% of the entire budget to the federal government. And with the moment the federal government begin to get money, the central bank will take that money back. Okay? What that means is that instead of, it's a cheap loan. So instead of the government to go and borrow money to kickstart their budget, the central bank can give them part of the money to kickstart it. Okay? And it must not be more than 5%. Baba, for 60 years, for 57 or 56 years of Nigeria's existence, Nigerian Central Bank has only printed 760 billion naira and loaned to Nigerian federal government in history. In 8 years, under these criminals, right, they printed 27.4 trillion naira cash. 27.4 trillion naira cash. And nobody knows what they did with the money. Honestly speaking, in 8 years, all of this, knowing real investment in the economy or in infrastructure, they went to go and borrow money. Now, this time around, it's not like they gave them the money. They decided to mortgage your future for tens of years by asking places like China to borrow them money to construct railway. Now, China, in their own agreements, will give you the money, but you have to give the job to our engineers, as well as, yours too. Now, look at how they are duping you and stealing from you, in case if you have not been paying attention. China will give them money to build the railway. China will bring the engineers to construct the railway. Nigeria will give the local content, which are going to be Nigerians who are going to work with them while they are constructing the railway. China will supply supposedly supply the coaches, the coaches on the tracks. So in that regard, China, to recoup their money, China will now be collecting back the proceeds from that infrastructure for the next 50 years, for the next 40 years. This agreement means China will fund these projects. But do you know something? The same criminals, when you look at their budgets, they will tell you they are carrying out improvements on train modernization. Remember, now loan they won't take build train. But in their budget, they will now put it there that they want to spend $1 billion. It's going to cost them 1 billion. Or if they put it in there, they will say the Ministry of Transportation, 780 billion naira. They will shall put 1 billion money there. Money that is enough to actually construct and complete the same rail project. No. That is the money they will steal. Why China can continue to give them the substandard, because they will choose, they will give them picture. Which one do you want? This one is this how much? This one will cost this. This one will cost that. You know what? Nigerians don't mind. Give us that one. Any of the one. Another person can come and do the other. So we know how to do it. This is how they have been robbing you. Okay? So then the trains are not really delivering. Abi, the constructions are not completed, but the debts have been written and recorded. They must be paid. They ruined Nigeria to the point that in 8 years, ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria was using 97% of Nigeria's revenue from everywhere to to service the debt, not to pay debt, just to service it, to pay fine for late payments. Nigeria crude oil, source of Forex, after all sectors have been abandoned, right? The source of Forex for Nigeria, crude oil, they turned blind eyes. From 50,000 lost to oil thieves every day. Under Egbere Jonathan. Then when it came to the round of these rogues, The oil thefts increased to over 700,000 barrels in a day. Nigeria's oil production dropped drastically, and the entire window for Forex supply in Nigeria shut down, and they started looking for elsewhere. Instead of cutting ending the corruption that bled Nigeria to death. If they meant well, by now you should have thousands of people in custody, and all the money they have stolen, whether they store them anywhere or wherever, in banks or wherever, you should have been like, it should be a bazaar. The money in the hands of these wrong people in the last 8 years would destabilize any government that really want to do the right thing. But Koolu was never voted for. I will keep reminding you. And that's why the illegitimacy they push, the illegitimacy tag on them, and then the horrible policies that have made life hell for you has left them scared. Because the only place where you can easily understand what is really happening, how is it going, is the social media. So at a point, these guys decided to burn the bridge. The same social media, they from the back of social media where they came to power, where their propaganda resonated with the young people who thought these guys were actually coming to change their lives for the better, not for the worse. Now, a lot of people know better today. APC now so scared of the same social media. They were so paranoid at a point that they started making laws. Social media bill, internet law, speech law, all of this to say, before you post anything on social media, you must receive the permission from these rogues who paraded, who protested with the coffins and posters of the sitting president in Nigeria. Egbere Jolantan was president when these rogues staged protest in Nigeria, carrying his coffins. Papa, they stoned Jonathan in Bauchi, a sitting president. Nobody died. Jonathan was a monster. So much of a monster that these rogues, these criminals, these terrorists, they look like angels to these young people. Now they stole 8 years of the lives of these young people. They are now afraid of them using the same social media to enlighten themselves, express themselves of the disappointment, the mistakes they made, and in fact, make effort to correct that mistake, because correcting that mistake means APC must die. And APC dying means everything associated with it must die, and everything of them in history must be burned to ashes. Seriously. You have to cleanse the land and cleanse the land with them. So this is their way, something that Bokwari failed. Papa, I did tell you, sir, that was the time these rogues were jumping fence. You think it's a joke? There was so much like, at a point, right, all you needed to do, it doesn't matter how evil you were or how much evil you've committed against Nigeria. All you needed to do was just to join APC. Papa, Bagbewere, PDP and the rest, they were mixing up together then, and the gullible ones who are today, some of them are dead. Some of them are so poor today that they don't even have any voice to speak and express themselves anymore. Some of them have left Nigeria. They have jackpot. They are now abroad, loving Nigeria from abroad, with the same mindset that chased them out of Nigeria. Do you understand? 8 years of their lives were stolen by these people. Another 8 years of their lives is about to be stolen again. And APC will never allow you to regain back that strength. At a point, they actually suspended Twitter in Nigeria. They wanted a law that will allow them to switch off and switch on the Nigerian internet, just like the same way they switch on and switch off the Nigerian electricity. They actually requested for that. So today, even the Agbadorians they are crying. Ekun gidi, ekun kikan. I have evidence, so just in case if they want to deny. So Gbaja Amole said, the social media has become a societal menace, and must be regulated. As many people do not understand that once the send button is hit, there is a potential to reach millions of people around the world, which is capable of causing a great danger, not just in the society, but even unintended consequences to the individuals that are receiving information, which may include security of life. Gbaja Amole was representing Tifnubu at a gathering as usual, and this was supposed to be the message of Tifnubu to the rest of you Nigerians and others. Social media is a menace. The way you talk about your leaders, the way you talk about Nigeria is not good. But do you want me to tell you something, guys? There is no law that will ever satisfy dictators, criminals like this, who are doing everything, okay, to cover their asses. These guys are toast. They are marked. They are targets. And the reason why is because a lot of people who are the victims of their decisions, if they have a chance at them, they will not do them right. They will do them dirty. So there is no amount of law that will be enough from dictators, oppressors. They will continue to make more laws. But because they are lawless themselves, so at the end of the day, it will be like there is actually no law. But let me remind you, Nigeria have law for everything. If they won't send you go jail, say you dey smoke, there is law for it. If they want to send you to jail for stalking, like following people around and they complain about you, there is law for it. There is law for if you steal government money. There is law for what they say they should do to you. There is law for if you are a kidnapper, kidnapping people against their interest. All laws deal. There is law for sharing false information about somebody. Defamation law dey Nigeria. If you spread false information that causes danger to people, for example, you accuse somebody that he raped you when they didn't, or you accuse somebody of committing a crime as a witness and they didn't, or you accuse somebody of being a thief without evidence. Anything you try to say about somebody to destroy their image, something they didn't do, or if you mention them, they will be seen in bad light in public, and it's going to affect their image, their name, and it's going to cost them a lot. There are laws for that. If you say politician are thief, for example, if I call Tifnubu thief, and Tifnubu is not thief, I have to present evidence. He can sue me for defamation. They have law for it in Nigeria. If they find me guilty, I will go to jail. Do you understand? There is, all this thing about regulating social media, hate speech law, all this nonsense, these are their creation of trying to create fear in you. Try to make you feel like if you sneeze when you are not supposed to sneeze and somebody gets upset, you can go to jail for it. Here you get. So they need all of this so that anyone and they know they can't really keep the entire people in prison. All they need is to pick up on few and use them as scapegoats, like Maiyegun, for example. That Maiyegun called Tifnubu drug dealer. How dare you? That's a defamation. We're going to jail him. But wait, what if Maiyegun's lawyer now decided to use all of the evidence that are in public, in the public record, court documents that show that Tifnubu's involvement in drug dealing, that case will be finished. The first day in court, that case will be finished. No, don't let us use that. We can just use that a speech. A speech. Now, a speech is that we know that Maiyegun doesn't like Tifnumbu. In fact, we can say Maiyegun hates Tifnumbu. He calls him Tifnumbu. And the way he's calling the druggy, the Supreme Court of Nigeria said Tifnumbu no is not druggy. So now we can, that they can now find a law, another mock-up nonsense, just to sharp put me in jail. So that they can tell all of you, you see what happened to Maiyegun? If you don't watch your mouth, it's going to happen to you. In this country, you must know that there is law. There are laws that, and with the fact that their judiciary is already compromised, they don't even have to stress. But you see, when they start mentioning that they are worried that you are talking, the way you are talking about Nigeria, they are not happy. It's destroying the image of Nigeria. You can show them this video. This was also like 9 years ago, you will say. Honorable National Assembly, where Gbaja Mole was an active participant. They were angry that Egbere Jolantan shut the gate of the National Assembly and it didn't allow them to enter, which was so wrong. That one too was exercising some power because he felt like the whole thing was, the whole house was collapsing on him. And they said they were going to impeach him that day. So they wanted to now play a smart one because the moment Tambua joins joins APC, so that means APC will control the National Assembly. Controls the House of Representatives. And some people advise Jonathan, don't allow that to happen. We can't allow that. Shut the National Assembly. So they shut the gates. And the thuggery in these rogues came out. And those are the people calling themselves honorable. This was when Gbaja Mole himself jumped fence. If you don't go open the fence, everybody, let us jump the fence. We are sitting today. We will show Jonathan and all that, yeah? And this was like when democracy was democracy. Oh, sure you get. This was when they were in the opposition. Democracy was not in danger then. Democracy was in danger then, not now. Because those were people who were trying to save Nigeria democracy. And that was the great thing to, it was great. It was right. Yes. What do you expect them to do? This were like the Nigerians who are now the Lagos Abobakus, the Agbadorians, àwọn tí Shege Bansa ti fẹ́ finish. Yalokan, that's what somebody just said. Now they are worried about the same social media, and the first time of their worry, and the first person to even solicit for the ban or regulating the social media, the regulation on social media is not to prevent child pornography. Listen to this very well. Me, I will support a regulation of social media. Okay? If the followings are the purpose of regulating social media, I will support that 100%. And I want you to kind of also support that too. Every sensible and reasonable person, human being, will support the regulation on the following. For example, promoting child pornography, where children were being sexually, exploited. I would kind of love jail time for people who promote that on social media. I would love to see those who always do what they call the revenge. What do you call that thing again? Revenge porn or revenge rape, where somebody, because you break up with them, and they will now share your explicit private content in public, like your nude, sharing your nude in public. There are laws. So I would love to see a social media regulation that indeed strengthen that law. I would love to see a social media regulation, right, that punishes anyone and any group that promotes that promotes rape or rape culture. You know what I mean? So I would love to have regulation in those areas. I would love regulations on those who promote get rich quick schemes, all those scams on social media. Track them, jail them. You get what I mean? I would love to see all that regulation. But regulation on free speech in reactions to the failures of the rogues ruining Nigeria. Nah, I will never be up for that. Will you? Will you support that? Of course not. You will never support that too. Regulations are good when they are to protect the vulnerable, the minority. You get what I mean? Protect them from the mob, from bullies, from trolls, and all of that, social media wise, which is pretty much not something they can really do successfully in the real sense of it, but try, make effort. The resources they have that they can use to track those who are exposing the rot in Nigeria, those who are calling out the criminals in government in Nigeria, they have resources to track them, jail them without courts. They have been doing it. Such resources could be channeled into tracking all these criminals, the real ones, and leave us and you, who are also endangering our lives with your policies and then your politics, leave us alone to express ourselves, to mobilize. But no, they hate not being in control of the narrative. They lost that the moment they couldn't deliver what they promised all of you. They promised you change, a better country, a better economy, safe country. They ruined Nigeria. You can't deny that. You can continue to live in denial if you want, but when you are alone, you won't deny it. See what they have done to Nigeria. You can blame everybody you want for all you care. That's fine, but look at Nigeria. They couldn't deliver. You can use propaganda to gain power or rig yourself to power. You cannot run a country with propaganda successfully. It doesn't work that way. If you are delivering, right? And then you are using propaganda, at least they can go side by side. You have something to show. They have nothing to show. The hunger, the hardship, the frustration is everywhere. Now they are afraid what all of you are putting out there that can trigger other people to also do something, or in fact, come for them. So they want to make laws to protect themselves. Laws won't protect you. Did they not tell them? Desmond idiots.
We need to address certain things. The Nigerian youth, the social media, the social influencers. All of these are making the narrative that we are seeing today, except we are joking with ourselves. Social media, yes, though good, has its negative impact. Let me first thank you for condemning the wanton killings and carnage that happened at Lekki. When I went through the comments, I could not believe it, Mr. Speaker. The curses, the abuses from children. And I ask myself, is this Nigeria? What is going on? Children cursing, people having the effrontery to enter an Oba's palace, hold the staff of office. Culture is gone. Mr. Speaker, in the next 5 years, there will be no Nigeria. If we don't start now. The youth is not only those who do the peaceful protest. Those who have looted, who have destroyed lives, they are youths as well. Mr. Speaker, pregnant women went into malls, picked things and went away. When shall we change this narrative? I put it to all the celebrities out there, all the motivational speakers. This is the only country we have. The wealthy will go. When anything happens, what is our common saying? We die here. Please, celebrities, please, social media influencers, stop the hatred already. You have a means. Constitution. We need to address.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Desmond Idiot. He called Nigerian youth children. Children. Cursing. That means you are cursing them. You are abusing them. What is going on? Culture is gone. I beg, which culture is the culture of stealing, looting, lying, and killing? Whose culture is that? Well, if that is the culture that is gone, I kind of would love that never to come back. That was the genesis of them saying they needed to control the narrative on social media. Desmond Idiot is from Gbaja Mole's constituency in Surulere. Very unfortunate people. And today, they made an attempt before now at their National Assembly to pass a law on social media bill, hate speech law. They didn't see the light of the day for some reason. I don't know why they didn't pass that, but it seems Gbaja Mole would love the National Assembly to look into it again. We need to do something about this social media. Nigerians are already telling themselves, hello VPN, yellow VPN, yellow. You know, a situation where Bokuwari, because of their short-sightedness and selfishness, and his ego being bruised by the Twitter then, deleting his 8 tweets and threats against the Igbos. Bokuwari, because of his deleted tweets, suspended Twitter in Nigeria for months. I am serious. The Buhari Danes, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus. I will never forget. The Buhari Shukus, the Ungozi Haris, the Unneka Haris. They decided to go and join another Indian Twitter-like app. And I think they called it Koolu. at the end of the day, because they couldn't really get to the rest of others, they had to return back to the Twitter using the same VPN. Imagine the shamelessness that happened though. And on that same Twitter was where APC, Egbekegbe, was campaigning for Tifnumbu to be president. And the shege they faced on Twitter and still facing today is now giving them nightmare. It be like I said they will need to shut it down again. But do you know the selfishness? Every day, Nigerians who were kind of using the platform to promote their businesses, they were losing millions of dollars to not being able to be there. It was horrible. It was an anguish. Part of the mysteries and unfortunateness that APC, Egbekegbe, brought on you in these past 8 years. So it be like say, then don't they get the nightmare again? Alakala that says, something is going on. These people are planning something. It be like say something huge is going to happen soon, and we don't understand. All these protests here and there. What is all of this? We must do something before it gets out of hand, and the rest of that. So yeah, they want to start regulating it again, and the Nigerians are already telling themselves. And if you say, oh, my cousins in Singapore, I would have to begin to visit all of you almost every day. Depends on the country my VPN takes me. I could be tweeting or posting on Facebook from New York, Gbaja, or I could actually be like somewhere in Jakarta, Nnewi, or maybe mine is just going to be Indian, Unsuka, or maybe na Dubai, Oshodi, or Abeokuta, Italy, or just somewhere in Heathrow in Oshogbo. Everybody will have to join from everywhere. These idiots have no idea that they cannot control the narrative where people are dying, and they are dying on all fronts. There is no amount of trying to gag them will work. You just have to do the right thing. This was from me now, and it happened today I heard.
No! Stop hardship now! Where are the government? Where are the government? Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Nigerians are suffering! Nigerians are suffering! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Where are the government? Where are the government? You keep silent! You keep silent! Where are the governors? Where are the governors? You keep silent! You keep silent! Nigerians are suffering! Nigerians are suffering! Nigerians are suffering! Nigerians are suffering! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Mr. President! Mr. President! You keep silent! You keep silent! You keep silent! You keep silent! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Nigerians are suffering! Nigerians are suffering! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship! Keep silent! Nigerians are suffering! Nigerians are suffering! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now! Stop hardship now!
Cut off gun, but we'll talk about that one later. Okay, we'll talk about that later. It's just so you know, like, you know, but that one, they tell me say na on Koolu and Koolu, so say na drug. But we'll come back to that. There's a story behind that. Somebody said that is protest no longer haram in the north? Well, if you ask me, now who I go ask? Because some people even believe that as things are looking now, it be like say Boko Haram's time was better. Can you even believe that? Can you believe that? In 9 months, the people that survived Boko Haram, they are now saying Boko Haram time was better. They were hungry, they were starving, but it wasn't like this. They can't hunger with their town right now. Baba? It could make person speak English, speak Yoruba. Any understanding that can come, people need help like this.
Country, please, if government work, if they cannot protest, we Yalaja, we go up our nyash, we go up our press, we go protest. Too much stubbornness, too much for this country. But before you win, you go suffer. The stubbornness is too much. Please, Maja, find solution for this things. It's too much. Gary 2,000 naira. Since when my father bought me, I did not buy 1,000 naira pence of Gary. There's selling is 2,000 naira now. It's too much. The savannah is too much. Even the rice, the Rika one rice up to 1,200 naira. For what reason? It's too much, to buy meat. Even the Pama said rise up. Two fish for Chicago, 1,200 naira. 3 of pieces of it. It's too much. Sanuwa, Baba we Sanuwa, Boda we Sanuwa, Yayipo ejo, Sanuwa ti poju, ebi npa wa, e de so pe ya oja Nigeria ya nje wa country.
You think say you know na hunger na your mate? About you go talk. Situation go you dey talk say she protest no be around. If you dey ask me now who make her ask? Everywhere don't read. This is not a joke. So right now, even people that are shouting, I am batified, whatever you like, I am batified, I am batified. When was the last time you saw I am batified anywhere? When was the last time? Everybody is hungry fight. Sure, we're joking. You know the kind of hunger that cannot be expressed with words. Yeah, that if you say make you try explain them with words, you go just the cause. You hear that woman? Yeah, man.
No more Emilokan. No more Emilokan. Emilokan don't tell. Now hungry can Nigeria now. Tell Nigeria say no more Emilokan. No more Emilokan. Now hungry remain for Nigeria now. Nigeria is hunger. They are hunger. Nigeria is hunger. Nigeria is hunger. This man, the thing will make this man talk today. He don't read. You say waiting. No more Emilokan. Men go die for one place. When they kill us. Hunger they kill Nigeria. Everything high. They won't coming down. But you said that time saying that Yoruba man. I'm not going to help him. You know no say na mumu. But you support Jagaba that time. Okay, Yorubas, especially the Yorubas, we are not really proud of him again. I'm from Osun State.
Glorify your name to the core, owner of the day, owner of the beginning and the head. I glorify your name to the God, Father of the glory. There is nobody can share the glory with you. You are beginning of the glory, you are everlasting. No, you are glorify your name to the God.
To the core. Now everybody they feel am. But just yesterday, the people that were supposed to be working on how to get everybody out of this mess, At least, even if not small, meetings just come down small. They were at the National Assembly at the Senate yesterday. Of course, 2 days ago, they were there too, but it was with the House of Representatives guys. This time around, it was with Senate. You saw that guy there, Cardi B, who came with prepared written jargons as usual, right? So he was there to respond to them until the senators protested. Oh, Benny, which one is all this written? Can't you just talk like, tell us what you want to? Which one you come here with all this, your Google search and all that? So when somebody said that these rogues does watch MaiyegunsDiary Politico, it's possible. It is possible. We were still talking about that yesterday, that central bank governor, supposed the top economist of Nigeria, was there with a Google search, World Bank, IMF research online about how Nigerians are traveling abroad and how much money they are spending, and is using that to say that's why Nigeria doesn't have Forex in reserve anymore, because Nigerians are schooling abroad. Google search you. He was trying to do the same thing with those Senate. Now, if you have time, again, I won't make you listen. Because the reason why I show you these guys is because sometimes you might think because I don't like them. Okay? That is why I say things the way I say them. No. I am saying them because they are the real thing. They are the real truth about them. They are the obvious things that you don't ignore. Because if you ignore that, everything else you think you get to know, or everything else they say that you believe, is going to bond you. When you look at them, when they actually, like, when you look at what they have to say and how they are saying them and all that, you can easily tell how empty and it all just words, nothing. You can, so with that, you won't be expecting anything. So if you have to quickly fire them quickly. So by firing them, you are not bought over with the lies. So it means that you are a rebel like me that will continue to question them. And at the end of the day, even if few people don't understand, if many don't understand, and only few do understand, you see, when the result comes back, they will begin to call you and me. You are a prophet too. How did you know that? I don't have to be an economist. When you see real people who are working to make something right, identifying problems and kind of really doing something to fix it, you will be able to tell. Now, if they are doing something and it fails, you can say, maybe they should try and adjust it, or make it, make this plan, make that plan. This one's no get any plan. No shishi plan. Baba Forik Bagi Lewa. Now, it go be like person will say, you dey inside the Django lorry. Okay? And your driver is blind. Okay? So you know what will happen? You will never get to any real destination. And if you manage to get to your destination, it will be in pieces. Abi? Bo. You are telling your blind driver to go straight, to the right, to the left. Oh, no, break. Yeah. That's exactly what these guys are. You are wishing them to change things. You are believing all the lies they write in books and newspapers. You are listening to them on TV and radios. They are reeling out fake numbers, lies. 6 months after, you'll be asking, how far with that thing you said you were doing now? They will tell you, you need to give us time. Why they are failing? They are telling you to give them time to continue to fail. And then they will say, you are not in it. You see, things have gone bad. We are trying to get it. No, they are making it worse. So by looking at them, merely looking at them, it's so easy to tell. That's why I don't believe any jack shit, whatever they say. And this is why. Now, back to the place. Nigeria economy is in the tank. Is completely in the hole. And the people that are supposedly working to bring it out of that hole, take a look. First, the senators, I think.
The rhetorics continues. And it is a typical Nigerian thing. I have the nation's financial managers before us, and they are made to look stupid, but they are not. One of the talking points that I have not heard been mentioned either from them or from us is the issue of the criminalization of the dollar. Sir, In the last 10 years, nobody takes bribe buying dollars. Nobody gives bribe buying dollars. Sufficiently, we know nobody has addressed this in because most of us have been affected because we're involved. Secondly, what guarantee will the CBN give to go back to its core mandate of being banker? The bastardization of the dollar actually starts from the CBN, and because sufficient people that are in government today are in government in the last 2 decades are involved. I have heard the deputy governor mention billions of dollars being swept away through the CBN, and it is lamentation. Apart from Emifele, nobody has called. And if we continue like this, Nigerians are looking at us. We are going nowhere. The fact of the matter is that we must be more accountable, more serious than this. Because it is naive, sir, for us here to raise the issues of monetary and fiscal policies to you. You have the best credentials. We know you. We know where you're coming from. When I sit here and I said I will prepare economic solutions to you, you've been selected because you are the very best that we have at the moment. If I'm here, please let me round up. I'm a senator. I have the privilege to ask this question. To propose solutions to you. I've been naive. I cannot deceive myself. Sirs, the issues of monetary and fiscal policies are minute, very minute to what is happening in this country. The fact of the matter, people are stealing these dollars because they know nothing will happen to them, and it is our responsibility as citizens to come up with solutions. These issues of dollar bribe and dollar taking is from top to bottom.
Time up.
Thank you.
Talking about bastardization of dollar. Somebody said, what is bastardization of dollar? I'll tell you. Currencies in any country is issued by the apex countries. I'm sorry, apex bank of that countries. Or of that country. Let's use singular now. And then you can know I'm talking about responsible countries here, okay, all right? So, and every Forex, I'm talking about any money in that country, in circulation in that country is expected to have been issued by the central bank of that country. Now, that is why if you are bringing a lot of cash into any country, you have to declare them. They must be aware you have brought such cash into the country. And for what? Okay? It is to control, what do you call it? The influx of, questionable money in the economy, which can actually wreck the economy, like money laundering and all of that stuff. So to keep the track, the central bank must know every dollar note that is in circulation, every naira note, every pound note, every kind of currency in circulation. They have to, maybe not like, literally everything per se, right? So, and then by law, the Central Bank of Nigeria, for example, is by law to issue those notes to banks. Central bank is not a place where, like individuals goes to bank. It's a bank for banks. So you see that chain of supply, we also allow them to be able to track and account for every dollar note, every naira note, and every currency that passes through that system. Currency control that way, okay? Now, the banks too will now keep records of those they issue those notes to. This way, somehow, they manage to, and that is not how it is done in Nigeria, especially under APC, Egbe. So the process of acquiring a dollar means you will have to give your naira to get a dollar. That's how it is done. That's where you have the exchange value and rate. That's where they come in. So they'll give you the value of your I mean, they will give you the value of your naira in dollars based on the exchange rates through the system, the bank, and all that. But that is not how Nigeria operates. In Nigeria, just as everyone is hustling for the dollars. The politicians are hustling for the dollars. The banks are hustling for the dollars. The bureau de change, money changers on the streets, they are hustling for the dollars. Then like private individuals, more and more like that, are hustling for the dollars from the same source, the Central Bank of Nigeria. So under APC, Egbekegbe, they now created a sort of a middleman. These middlemen have no official role or official recognition by any means. They are not bankers. They are not bureau de changers. They were not, you know what I mean? Because usually when central bank give the money to the banks will give the money to the bureau de change. You will sell them higher and banks will make more money. So when you go to the banks are supposed to sell you the currency at the official exchange rates. Meanwhile, a corrupt system like Nigeria, the banks will take the money from the central bank, give them to the bureau de change, that will go and sell them at higher exchange rates, right? And then I give the profit back to the bank. This is between them. But when APC, Egbekegbe came, that drastically cut off by creating middlemen. The middlemen were those that were given the chance to claim that as far back as 1980, they submitted the form that they wanted dollars, but they did not get the dollars since 1981. And the form is there, and they want the dollars now. So the bastardization of it is that while the rest of you are hustling for dollars from the bureau, before you get to the bureau de change, okay, how you got to that is this, right? So those ones are now, they are being given the dollars at the rate of 70 naira, 30 naira. Some of them were being given the rate at which naira and dollar was as far back as 1989. I'm not kidding it. There were evidence at the time, and they still exist today. But APC denied it. But suddenly, banks no longer have enough Forex anymore in Nigeria. Banks no longer have enough dollars anymore from central bank because they've created middlemen, and they called it round tripping. How did they open the channel? All these recharge card seller, card pushers from Daura that suddenly became billionaires, appointed by Bokwari. That's how they made their money, by just being middlemen. Central bank will give them like allocation, Baba. Then they give them allocation of dollars. The first 1 year of Bokwari, all the dollars in the vault of the Central Bank of Nigeria, they were giving them out as allocation. 50 million, 10 million, 20 million. So these guys are now the ones who are now calling the bureau de change. Hey, Alaji, Aliyu, do you have enough money? I've got $10 million I want to change now. So they were those who are now the ones selling and supplying the bureau de change. And just like that, the real businesses they were supposed to have access to this Forex, which were those who were supposed to run the economy of Nigeria that is import dependent. Those businesses had no access to those Forex anymore. Or when they did have access to them, they were at ridiculous, undervalued, or overdevalued rates. Businesses died, and few people became multi-billionaires overnight. Nigeria naira gone like dust. That is the bastardization of dollar. And do you want me to shock you? It is still happening now, but with different set of people. Yes. Today, the Central Bank of Nigeria cannot independently boast that they have $1 million cash in their vaults. But there are billionaires in Nigeria, there are multimillionaires in Nigeria in dollars whose money and account balance are showing their balances, that they have dollars. the dollars that are supposed to be kept with the Central Bank of Nigeria. And that's another problem. When they give them loan, when the money arrives in Nigeria, it goes straight to the Central Bank of Nigeria. And the following day, the money leaves the Central Bank of Nigeria and it leaves Nigeria straight. And within a month, Nigeria that just received a tranche of dollars will begin to what? Unable to supply the businesses in Nigeria who needed to run on them. So they started cooking up different policies. Anyone that goes for the day, anyone that they wake up and say, okay, let's try this one today, they will just try it. And Nigeria is bleeding. That was what they were talking about in that place. But KDB, what did he say? I'll show you.
Given the importance of this meeting, the subject, I have a prepared text which I believe will address a number of the issues, and those that aren't, we will answer in accordance with the Q&A that has been. We've noted every single question accordingly. So if it's okay, can I? Thank you very much. Yes, we will do so. We will do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am honored to appear before this Joint Senate Committee on Finance, Banking, Insurance, and other financial institutions and national planning to address critical concerns related to exchange rates and inflationary pressures in the economy. Indeed, this is the major topic of concern in our villages, our towns, and our cities. The urgency of the matter is not lost on us at the Central Bank, and I assure you we are working tirelessly with colleagues across government, including with the leadership of the National Assembly, to bring lasting solutions. Inflation. In December 2023, the economic landscape reveals significant shifts. The headline inflation stood at 28.92% in December 2023, as against 28.2% in November. Food inflation was 33.93%, as against 32.84% in November, while core inflation was 23.06%, as against 22.38% in October 2023. Headline inflation surged to 28.92%, propelled by food shortages, distribution channels, and seasonal trends. The festive season's consumer demand upsurge, following subdued periods due to energy and foreign exchange reforms, contributed to this trend, persisting from November through December yearly. The upward trend of food inflation is primarily due to shocks caused by insecurity, climate-induced factors such as flood and rainfall shortage in some cases, inefficient, subsistent, and seasonal farming practices, as well as importation bottlenecks that have impacted the prices of imported food items. Anecdotal evidence indicates that recent exchange rate volatility has fueled more foreign demands for agricultural products, especially from neighboring countries, which was alluded to earlier. While this presents an opportunity to expand and boost agricultural output, hence creating jobs in the sector, supply constraint exacerbated demand.
Sorry, CBN Governor. Let him finish. I think what we did here was like we asked specific questions.
Yes.
And as someone, no, sir, I object to this.
Let him go back and answer the questions.
Given this backdrop, the Emergency Committee on Food Security, set up by the President, has been taking a number of measures, and we see an end in sight to the persistent rise of food. Given the importance of this meeting, the subject, I have a prepared text, which I believe will address a number of the issues, and those that aren't, we will answer in accordance with the Q&A that has been. We've noted every single question accordingly. So if it's okay, can I? Thank you very much. Yes, we will do so. We will do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am honored to appear before this Joint Senate Committee on Finance, Banking, Insurance, and other financial institutions and national planning to address critical concerns related to exchange rates and inflationary pressures in the economy.
I told you. They are like, oh, Benny, which one is all this reading? Or, I mean, like, we can Google all this and read about them. We're asking you questions about what you are doing. You are kind of reading out to us what you believe is solution. You know, like, what are you doing? Eh? This is not a debate of come here and come and give us solution. You are already there. You are the central bank governor, Baba Genjenio. So for those who are trying to regulate the social media, Nigeria is so broke. Their pensioners are now threatening that they are going to walk naked. If you want to arrest them, arrest them. And you know, when old people say they are going to protest naked, I think somehow, if you have any man, any old person around you, now him say the thing don't enter, Digbedu don't enter body be that. And they are a good example of what it is like right now, even for the aged people in Nigeria. Listen to them.
If we are embarked going to the court, would be more helpful to us than protests. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is very, very clear about how pensioners should be treated. For example, Section 1731 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, 1999 edition as amended, says unequivocally that it is the right of anybody in the federal civil service employment to receive pensions on retirement. You say it is right. That's Section 1731. Section 1732 says that this right cannot be abridged or dealt in any way that it should be disadvantageous to the pensioner. It is clear there. Section 1733 now confirms and says pensions shall be reviewed every 5 years or whenever the federal government reviews the salaries of its own workers, whichever comes earlier. And Section 210 says so of the states. Then we come down to what they call what is this thing in the Constitution, where they share powers of authority, where they said the federal government is the sole authority. That is section, if you go there, it is number 44. That number 44 says the federal government is the sole authority about the pension. About pension. Exclusive. Yes. Exclusive list. If you go to the exclusive list of the Constitution, number 44 says it is the federal government, no other authority. We have approached the federal authority and say, you are the only authority on this. You have right to order state governments to make increases when you have increased the salaries of their workers as per the Constitution. The federal government said, yes, we are aware of this, but you know, there is a separation of powers. That the state governments have the right to deal with their money the way they like, so they cannot interfere with them. So we found ourselves in a cul-de-sac. I said to myself and my colleagues, we are in a blind alley. We don't know what to do again. You ask, which is our right, for the implementation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as it affects us. And you are told it cannot be done. There are blocks here and there. I want to say it clear, and I want you to write it. I am going to lead Nigerian pensioners naked. I mean, naked. When we are going to protest, we are going to go naked on the streets to ram down this, so that the world will see the Nigerian pensioners in Nigeria are demonstrating naked. If they like, they will arrest us and say, why do you go naked on the streets? Are you mad? I will say, we are mad. We have gone to a situation where we can say now, we are mad. So that is the situation. Then, I've left with all of them. Yes, thank you.
You get them? If the situation gets to a stage where they say they will go naked, and the worst you are going to ask them is, are they mad? And they'll tell you, yes, we are mad. We are mad. Pay our money. Situation here, final year students of a university were prevented from sitting for their own examination. And that led to a serious disruption. I think I'm going to share that with you. All in this economy that they have increased their school fees, and at your final year, you no pay, they sit for the examination. So some of them just lost it. Everywhere just this scatter, kilo they gonna.
Students of Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike, have staged a peaceful protest over the hike in school fees and the policy of no school fees payment, no examination. Speaking with Rapid TV, some of the students decried the harsh policy by the management, stating that the current economic hardship is affecting them in different ways following the introduction of biometric by the school management.
The reason for this protest is our high increment of school fees. Our school fees have increased 3 times for a year now, and not all fingers are equal. Everybody cannot afford it. I have paid my school fees, but my colleagues cannot write the exam because they've not paid their school fees. This is not right. I cannot speak with my face open because of how the school management is. I will be picked or expelled from the school because I will show my face. Well, now please, what we are pleading is, let them decrease our school fees or let us pay instrumentally. Either we pay instrumentally or let them decrease our school fees. Our 500 level students cannot write exam today because why? Some people don't have the money to pay the school fees. Imagine from the 1 to 500 level, we paid school fee for 4 years, and this is the last year of final year. What happens to clearance? So please, they are urging our VC, let him decrease our school fees or allow us to make instrumental payment.
How will I be a finalist? During my clearance, I'll pay everything, but yeah, they cancel my exam. After writing everything, they cancel my exam. Is that fair? After all my hard-earned reading, then I wake up around 2 a.m. read till 5 o'clock, went for the exam hall. I wrote on my exam. VC came inside the exam hall and cancelled everything. For what? Because I've not paid my school fees and I'm in my final year. This is the first time. This is the first time this is happening. I don't know why. This is the first time this is happening.
Regarding the protest, which resulted in the destruction and damaging of the school facilities, like the Students' Union Government Complex, burning of the abandoned school vehicles, attacking of banks in the school premises, the Dean Students Affairs, Professor Mark Nwosu, admitted that the protest was carried out by hoodlums and not the students who were about to sit for the examinations, stating that the students were expected to make their statutory payments before the examinations.
The point is that education is not free, isn't it? Because you had their facilities to be maintained. You want to write an exam with no materials, the exam materials that need to be provided. You also, exam environment, even where you're staying to read, you need, there has to be power. I think all those things are really needed. And then to have all those things, you need money to procure them. We know the cost of fuel this time around. The cost of everything has gone up. So if the university does not have money, we don't know what else to do. So the issue is that exam education is not free all over the world. There's no way it is free. In most cases, before you go into the school, you must have paid all your charges before you go in. They won't even allow you to go into the school until you have paid. So that is the issue. But yeah, you come in and they will give you time to pay up and then take your exams. So that's the issue. We'll try to get them to know what was their anger, but they couldn't even listen to anybody. At least we wanted to address them, to tell them so that to calm the situation, and then they tell them what we've been planning to do. But they didn't want to listen. So we took it that probably, maybe kind of sabotage somewhere, somehow. And then some hoodlums eventually took over the whole thing. Because I'm not sure our students did this. People who've been looking for maybe to destroy the things in this university, in one way or the other. Those who don't like this university to exist, who are fighting against the university, maybe in one way or the other, they used some hoodlums to come and I'm not sure our students did this.
Visiting the school premises a few hours after the security agencies had controlled the situation, the mayor of Ikwana local government area, Osinachi Nwaka, sought a roundtable discussion with the school management and the student union government, promising to get in touch with the vice chancellor.
I've always known the student of Michael Oba to be very law-abiding and very good people. It's a surprise to me. That means there might be much more than we are hearing. But being the mayor of Ikwana, I just came to see for myself and to appeal for peace and calm. None of my territory, no quarter should be in violence. And I want to talk to the student world. Let there be peace, let there be calm. I'm assuring that within the next 48 hours, I'm going to meet the VC and make sure this is resolved. I also want to appeal through this Dean of Student Union that they should hold on the school exam for now and appease the student, because if you say no school fees and no exam, the economy is wonderful and everybody knows what is fighting everybody. So we need to come to a compromise, a negotiation. It's not something that violence or force can solve. I want to appeal to all stakeholders involved. Within the next 48 hours, let's remain calm until the root cause is given. And I also want to appeal to any other person attacking the school. Please, this is government properties. No matter the situation at hand, you shouldn't use violence. To be joy is better than to be war. And things are very, very pretty expensive. But I'm assuring you people, once I leave here, I'll try and trace and get to the VC and also appeal to the management of the school to take it easy with the students. I'm also talking to all the students. I wish I can get the SUG president and the ESCOs to tell them to calm down. Nobody will tolerate violence, but at the same time, we need to understand each other. Let there be peace. I'm calling for peace and calmness.
The road leading to Akwa Ibom State was blocked.
So, these are also the effect of what Nigeria economy has become. And as for students, they said by February 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the next 12 days, according to them, they are going to open the portals for all of you who have not been able to pay your school fees. Student loan portals on the 21st of February in 12 days time. Make sure you keep all of your credentials intact too. Yes, go get everything ready so that they will not say is now. They will say, okay, oh yeah, go and use the portal. That's when you will need to go and get your ID card. That's when you need to go and do all that. Go and get everything that says you are a student. and that there is your entire household, you never see 500,000 in a year in your life like that. Sure, you get all. You are not earning 500,000 naira in a year. Kia. In 12 days, so before you miss it, and I probably won't want you to. I just give you an information. It's important, okay? As for those students, I think that should solve it. In 12 days' time, you should begin the process of getting your school fees. Okay? Meanwhile, as for those who are still pretty much unhappy about the hardship and all that, they said that Tifnubu has told them to release grains, cassava, gariewa, agbado, and all that. So I don't know if this is one of them, but we saw them sharing yam in front of the Central Mosque in Lagos yesterday. Did you collect one? I mean, like, how for do? Or risk, look at that risk. Imagine you are trying to grab yam as they throw the yam, and you are already targeting it and all of that. Somebody can't push you. The yam hit your head, bah, you down. Another person take the yam. By the time you recover, and they say, are you all right, ma? Are you okay, sir? Your head is already like that. Where is the yam? There's no yam. And do you know something about that video you just watched? That is exactly Tifnubu's ways of politics. The one that they have been using in Lagos for the past 24 years. Majority of those jobless agberos that they deceived that Tifnubu is, the reason what they knew him as was that if you go to Tifnubu's place, let's say Teachers Association, they always have associations in Nigeria. Let's say Teachers Association of Lagos. We want to come and pay a courtesy visit because we have made you our patron, sir. So Tifnubu will give them money. Little money that will look so big to them. How much did Ashiwaju give you? 500,000. Maybe these days now, 10 million. Ashiwaju gave us 10 million. So people like him are seen as Buje Budano. There's so much. Yes, he's stealing money. Yes. Do you know how many people he's giving money to every day? The other day, do you know how many trailer of rice that are currently parked at the arcade parade ground in Alausa? That's Tifnubu. Is going to give rice to every ward of every local government. And everybody will call, nobody say everybody go collect, now them, they find barras and all that, that is what they call Buche Butano. They will go and print forms and they will share the forms among the people and say, there is a loan coming from Ashiwaju. Ashiwaju want to give traders 100,000 naira to support their trade. So people will begin to take the forms. Aṣíwájú, Ọlọ́run á máa gbé ga, Ọlọ́run á máa ràn lọ́wọ́, ẹ̀mí àágùn. That's what they were expecting when they said that when he becomes president, he will have access to more money. And this time around, he will be able to give more money to a lot of them. All the poor people. When they go there, he will just say, Yagba. That's what they were expecting. Things like that. Sharing rice, sharing gari, yam, sharing glasses, £1 shop glasses, reading glasses, all of that. When they give them to them, say, show me tonta. Only glasses. Only God know how much that they said this glass week Tifnubu gave me. Since he gave me these glasses, Jiggy Bola, I have been able to read my Quran clearly. £1 shop reading glasses. So Bola, Jiggy Bola. Thank God for Jiggy Bola. Only God know how much that they say Jiggy Bola, these glasses. Since he gave it to me, I have been able to read my Bible. I owe him my vote. That's how they have been ruling Lagos. That is why the shittiest, supposed richest state in Nigeria, right, is also the shittiest compared to the resources available to them. No water, no drainage, no security, no electricity, no infrastructure, almost no nothing. It is the ghetto. They call it mega city. When they wanted to sound their posh, we call it mega shitty because a lot of us grew up there. We were born there. We know Lagos. We knew when Tifnubu first started. And today, a lot of people will tell you they are not just only disappointed in what he turned out to be. They are ashamed that he's not even ashamed of himself. Trust me, for those who know them very well, no Yoruba will feel comfortable and be hanging about to collect rice, to collect gari, to collect yam that could break their head. But when they force them to poverty, enough that you cannot ignore it. Except if you just probably want to say, I would rather starve and die than to go there and be collecting their rice. There are people like that too. You get? I'm talking about go there to collect. It seems this issue of food and all of that is serious. You see that one in Niger State, that the people are protesting that they are unable to feed. Things are expensive. Things are too cost. Niger State, the video I showed you earlier, their governor, according to him, the way to stop the hardship, reduce it, and control the price is to make sure that any surviving agricultural produce from their states will not be sold to anybody anymore. It will only be meant for the people of the state. You see what I'm telling you? You have a drug addict, jackass, bunch of ineffectual buffoons in charge of your destiny, taking decisions. Now, let me tell you this, in case if you don't understand, though, listen to him. This is Bago. Oh, Bago's voice is not going to come up. I'll give you another one some other time. What he was saying there is that, listen, he said, all the farms in the states where you have out-of-state traders, people from probably other part of northern Nigeria or from southern Nigeria, will bring in money to buy the farm produce, take all the risk of preservation if some of them are going to be spoiled before they get sold. We have seen videos of some of the farm produce that got spoiled in transit. They were all gone before they got to their destination, right? That's part of the risk of going on there. But because you are taking the risk off the farmers have no preservation, warehouses to keep the excess of their farm produce, preserve them, save them from going bad. They don't. So once they start harvesting, the buyers have to take them. But here we are. It is not that in some places there are no food. There are food. You actually need to understand this. It's not that there is no food in Nigeria. We are hungry that people are saying. It's not because what happened is that except some who have to steal it. Even if you put the food inside their nose like this, their tongue cannot touch it because their wallet cannot afford it. Affordability problem is what Nigerians are going through. Hyperinflation that makes their money worthless. Imagine having to feed a family of 6 in Nigeria of today. That is what is going on. It's not because they don't have food, though. It's because they cannot afford to. So in the knee-jerk approach of the typical Nigerian politicians, he has now declared that all the food, you know what I mean? Which means, so if our people are hungry, but there is food, but some said he's going to probably subsidize it for them. Baba, except they are handing food, except they are opening food banks in Nigeria, things have gotten so bad that even if they reduce the 1,000 naira bread to 500 naira because government don't pay the balance to the bakers, there are people that can never be able to even afford that. That's the situation. Affordability. If you are looking for any kind of Ozu job and all that, there are those who are Bell that made a video that Tifnumbu people won't use upper court, they won't cheat him off his own land. And he called on all of us, Nigerians, help me. Nigerians, they said that they should fence my land and give the key to Sheyi. The land I bought 9 years ago. Nigerians, help me. Some of us were laughing. But I cannot lie you. There are some Nigerians that responded. Leave Abu Ebe land alone. Leave Abu Ebe land alone. Human right. Solidarity. Omo oni believe. It's real. And I kind of, respect that. If all of them go say, okay, Abu Ebe is APC, is one of them and all of that, it deserves it. Well, there are those who feel like Abu Ebe still get right. Like these guys.
We come here to come and fight? No! We come here to come and fight? No! We came here to come and beg. Please, we don't want to mention name like this now. You understand? But please, anybody that is there, please, make him just remove his hand. Make them leave the land for Abu Ebe. So, may Almighty Allah be with all of us. Amen.
Well, I'm here purposely because of this main subject matter. In respect of the land unlawfully hijacked by Lagos State government without any court order or without any just cause. In this matter, we went to court.
And the chairman of the Lagos State Task Force, ESP, Shola Jejeluyi, he came here to submit this petition to avoid bloodshelling at Etiosa community at Ologbolo Lekki.
Where's the other man?
Sunana Muhammad Aminu daga Kano State. Na zo ne protecting din Abu Ebe. Baba Tinubu, Jeje Loye, Sheyi Tinubu, Chief of Staff, da Allah ayi hakuri, da Allah a
She get well, I respect that too. At least they came out to submit a petition and say, you cannot come and take the land, to avoid bloodshed in Etiosa. Anybody, they brought all categories of young people. They even brought somebody where they speak Hausa. Somebody said that if Nigerians are serious, how come nobody smart person creates a Netflix series from Nigeria for live? Just get 1,000 cameras and scatter them all over the place. Produce everyday series, real life series for people to all over the world. There's so much there to share, honestly. But it's quite an, it's going to be capital intensive adventure. Well, you're going to make a lot of money. So they brought one. That one is the educated one. We are here in respect of the land that was not judiciously taken without court order, without that one day. Another one when who wear cut. Do we come here to fight? No. Do we come here to fight? No. Then another one came. I will shout out of all the task force in Lagos State. If you want to avoid bloodshed in Lagos, in Etiosa, we want them to leave that land. Oh. Then they now brought another one with his speak Hausa. I don't know what he said. But I just heard him calling Baba Tenumbu. Baba something. Nigeria. The theater of absurdity. Every day. And some even, I'm gonna know, there's even another one where I almost forget to. They were discussing the minimum wage that the NLC said they want to protest against last year, right? Guess what? Tifnumbu set up a minimum wage review committee. Can't give them 1 billion naira. Joko, to discuss whether to pay you 30,000 or pay you 35,000. How many 35,000 you go see in 1 billion naira? And those are the people you are waiting for, who are discussing and planning on how to make life better for you. I go day here. I go make another tea. My time is up. I'll take calls now, okay? So if you really want to be part of this, like phone in, it will be ideal for you to, one, like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, then bring out your phone, okay? The number to call is right there on your screen, And when I get back, I will be speaking to the first caller and other callers too. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. And then we heard that Koolu will also be at the final of AFCON, Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire versus Nigeria final. So I have a caller on the line, and they have been there for almost forever. Are you still there? Right. I think I lost that caller, so I'll just take another one. I'm so sorry that I picked your call. Normally, when I pick your call as first call, you can hang on and stay there, not leave. Unfortunately, they left. Hello there.
Good evening, Maiyegun Baba.
Good evening, sir. Bawoni.
This is Anthony from Lagos.
Hey, Anthony, Baba, how you doing now?
Oh God, the suffering is done too much.
Tell me about it. How is Lagos?
Lagos is we are in the shithole. The Lagos that they say that the Jagaban made and all that.
Beautiful.
That you are hearing the news. You know now, bag of rice is 74,000 now.
Don't say that, please. Don't say that. They said it's 16,000 naira 2 days ago. Please don't say that. 74,000. How did that? The Rika is 1,200. God damn it,
so,
man.
Now, if people are just lying down on the roads. Like today, I saw women lying down on the road when you are going to Bariga as the blocked third mainland bridge. And I was telling my friend, I saw some women lying down on the road. What is happening? People were just passing. But the main issue is not even the hunger. It's the fact that people were not even angry. Some people are still not angry with the situation. Like in my area, when you are talking, somebody will be telling you, just be patient, be in few months time, you praise the government. And I don't argue with such people. I don't argue with them.
Just say, okay, 6 months.
No light.
No wahala. We'll see in 6 months time.
No, in Lagos, there's no light. You cannot buy fuel. There's no how many fuel will you buy before you now start driving? How many fuel will you buy will you buy and put in your generator before? Nothing is working out. Nothing is working out. And for that man that said they want to protest naked, is it now that they are tired? Is it now that they are tired? They want to protest naked. They are all part of the issue. The lecturers, everybody is part of the issue. Look at what happened in that university. You want to you look at what the man was saying. The man was saying that where you want to read, they want to power the light. You know how much the fuel is cost. So the fuel price now should be transferred to the students.
Exactly.
Who have just suffered for 5 years.
Education subsidy now. That's why everybody's in mess right now. There's no money anymore.
They use them to they use the professors to rig the election. So they have tried to back up the government
on the students. What about the?
If they can burn down the whole schools in Nigeria, so that we know we don't have any school anymore. The one that they are doing in the north, they have not even started anything. The hunger have not even started anything. Now the main food crisis that happened in Nigeria is not even because Nigeria is producing anything. The thing you are hearing like north is the one producing food. The food is coming from Niger and Chad. But since they have blocked that, since they have closed that border because of the military takeover and all that, there is no onion in Nigeria anymore. There is no beans, no tomato. Nothing is coming into Nigeria. That is why there is so much crisis in Nigeria in food inflation right now. No onions, nothing is coming from Niger and Chad right now. So all the noise you are hearing, food basket of the nation.
No wonder they are saying it should open border. So
I am from Benue State.
Anyway.
I am from Benue State. Yes, all the noise you are hearing, not is producing food. They are producing nothing. They are not producing anything. Now everybody we are beginning to see the secret and everything now.
Anyway,
Anthony. So let me allow.
Thank you so much.
Sir, let me allow other people to talk.
Well, I will continue to also pray for you, all of you, because I know that majority didn't ask for this. Majority did not. But the only thing that is painful, like you said, is that the majority that did not sign up for this, they are too scared to face the minority that forced this on them. But we'll get there, Anthony. We will get there.
So
thank you so much for your time. That is Anthony there from Lagos. Yeah. So again, the the line is opened, and then if you know what I mean, like if you have been trying to get through and it's pretty much like being dodgy, do not worry, just keep trying. Okay, so when you lie to yourself to some extent and you begin to believe the lie, you know, the only thing that will remind you that you are living a lie is when the consequences of that lies begin to catch up with you. That is the moment you have to stop lying to yourself. I mean, it's practical, isn't it? You are lying to yourself to avoid the truth. Then the consequences that you have, I mean, the consequences of your lies, which is the avoidance of responsibility, of your responsibility per se, right? So the consequences is biting. You are avoiding that, lying to yourself, blaming other people and all that. But you know, when the consequences finally catches up with you, it is the moment of truth. The moment you have to stop lying to yourself. Face it. You cannot keep, I mean, you cannot be doing the same thing again and again and then expect a different result. We will get there. I'll take this. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm all right. Good evening.
Good evening to you too. You might need to mute the broadcast again or walk away from the room.
No, I've just put it off completely.
Oh, brilliant, sir. Please.
I missed your parliament yesterday.
I know.
It is because of the running around, and the weather yesterday was too bad. That was why I missed it.
Bad tonight. It's still pretty much horrible.
I love what you have been doing, and that particular tempo must be fired on.
That's right.
We must be putting anything that will make sure that that tempo is fired on 24 hours. But the truth remains that Nigeria is a terrible place.
Honestly.
Terrible in the sense that I doubt who is a Nigerian. Like myself, who is calling you here, is not a Nigerian. I was, but as it stands, because I learned when I was growing up, they say that the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. Now I am an adult. My children are hearing the same story I had. So I don't know when Tinubu.
So you are one of the Nigerians that are factually known to have psychologically succeeded from Nigeria. Like, I don't belong there anymore.
Not psychologically succeeded. I am a disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
A Biafran, which is pretty much in the same picture to say, I don't want to have anything to do with that place anymore. Like,
yeah, definitely. We are in exile. We are in self-exile. And from all indication, it is not going to get better.
No.
There is no way that is going to get better.
No.
I see a lot of Nigerians piling hope on hopelessness. It's not going to get better. I was in Nigeria, precisely in Gbaja area of Nigeria in 2000, when the same Bola Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State. He was the one that was championing the state police, restructuring, name them. But the truth remains that the Fulanis are very, very wise people. When you are talking of restructuring Nigeria, the Fulanis have restructured Nigeria the way they want.
God bless you. And a lot don't even know. A lot of people don't even know.
You see, every other person will be there shouting restructuring. They themselves, who owns the Nigeria, have restructured it. You know, my prophet Nnamdi Kanu has told me that, you see, they were shouting the Hausas and Hausas. But underneath, the Fulanis are the people on the driver's seat. But when they finally came out, they don't talk of Hausas again. They are talking about Fulanis. I think I will make it short because we have talked about this Nigerian thing for quite a long time. But for those who still believe in Nigeria, let them continue hoping on a hopeless situation, which will not change today, it will not change tomorrow, and forever we will continue to complain.
Thank you
The
so much.
only thing I will advise my Biafrans is that nobody should join them in this their protest. We have protested enough.
We have.
We've been protesting since 2012 when Nnamdi Kanu came out and started shouting about what is happening now. And a lot of us has paid the ultimate price. And we cannot continue again to pay. You see, there is something I want to remind you, Maiyegun.
Please.
I was almost skinned alive by my kindred during the election time when I told them that Obi is going to sow us again for his selfish ambition. Because we have seen these things times without number. That was what happened during the independence era. Zeke was there clicking Nigeria, holding Nigeria with 10 hands, not even 2 hands. Oh, it's our Nigeria. We are going to make it Eldorado. Everything will be
together.
You see, at the end of the day,
Africa. I remember. I read that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it was the Biafrans that they paid the ultimate price. Then our brother Agi Hiroshi came and thought of unitary. Everybody should come together. We are going to build Nigeria. And he paid the ultimate price.
He did.
Remember our brother Alex Ekweme?
To Babangida, I remember.
Alex Ekweme was the one, if you remember the G30, I think the G34.
Babangida, sorry, I mixed them up.
Yeah,
Continue,
the G34, Alex Ekweme, the so-called 6th geopolitical zone, the so-called South-South, it was the democracy that a lot of people are talking of. It was Ekweme that was engineered it.
He drafted he created the 6th geopolitical zone. Baba, your memory is indeed. I love this. Continue, Mazi.
Yeah. So it was Ekweme. But what happened was that in 1979, after 9 years after the Civil War, Boko Haram saw again that an Igbo man is almost at the point of becoming the president of Nigeria. He organized a coup. When the issue of PDP, the one they are enjoying now, came up, it was the same Ekweme. It was in Jos when they were organizing their national conference or something like that.
That was the moment they switched the whole thing.
Obasanjo in prison.
Yeah.
They went and brought Obasanjo out from prison. Obasanjo said that they don't want to do anything. They were pleading to Obasanjo to come and take over. But everybody knew the role Ekweme played to make sure that the army left the Nigerian government. But they did everything to make sure that Ekweme did not come near to that particular seat.
No.
Then came Obi, and we were shouting that Obi is selling us again for peanut. Obi should go and please leave Nigeria for those who owns Nigeria. We are not part of Nigeria. They have said it. Buhari collected a lot of loans from wherever he came, and none of the projects that were earmarked for those loans were allocated to Biafra land. Why is Obi trying to sell us again? My kindred wanted to skin me alive. And thank God that our Directorate of States were very wise to allow the Biafrans to participate in that particular election. And at the end of the day, I think they will be biting their nails now. They will be biting their fingernails now. So what I am trying to say in effect is this. Those of them from the southeast, most especially the Biafrans, should leave them alone. I know that we have not been begging and we will not beg. If we can survive 3 years of blockade, Kwashiorkor, if we can survive it, this is a child's play. We will survive it. Let Nigeria get what they bargained for and let them suffer it. Because when you tell them that there is fire on the mountain, there is no Nigeria, nobody claims to be a Nigeria. Mayegun, you are a Yoruba man. That's right. I am an Igbo man. That is the truth about it. Mayegun, you are living in United Kingdom. That's right. You know, United Kingdom, the countries that made up United Kingdom. 4 of them. In the World Cup of today, Wales will be playing as Welsh people. That's right. England will be playing as English people. That's right. Scotland will be playing as Scottish people. That's right. Northern Ireland, the same thing. That's right. Why can't we borrow from what is happening in this
national football
country?
Team called UK, it will be England.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is this: it is really unfortunate that people are not waking up. They said the so-called their vice president. What do you call him? Shitu. What is his name?
He's a shitty man.
Didn't you hear what he discussed with Kunle about the Igbos in Lagos? It is so fresh in our mind, and people cannot put one and one together to get a number. So
see, I can listen to you all night as usual, right? But just that we will have to hear from others too. You have unloaded a lot tonight. I don't know if you actually planned it. This was loaded.
I'm pleading to my Biafrans to keep calm. We have done our own protest for God knows how long. This is the time for those who thought that Nigeria is their country, that they have a country called Nigeria, to do the protest.
To do theirs.
Who will listen to them. So, like I said earlier on, keep the fire burning.
I will.
We love what you are doing, and we are praying that Almighty God will continue to.
Amen to that. I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much for this.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You should have a good one, okay? Have a wonderful weekend as well. So, man, I am sorry if I continue to make it, you know, like I'm not sticking to my plan. But sometimes I just have to let people let everything out this way, you know. So, hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Love of God is my strength. Now, Cherry, let me say something. Number one, I'm not happy that Tulumbu is going to go to Ivory Coast. It's of no use. Because Tulumbu is a bad luck man.
It is currently raising the hyper reaction of people believing that go jinx Sam and all of that. But yeah,
I bet me not go there. The man a bad luck now fooling body. We don't want him there. Make him stay where he did there with himself. We don't want him to go there. The other time that Buhari went to visit our players in Africa, then we lost the game. We don't want them there.
Right.
They are bad luck.
But
please, they should say Nigeria.
That cannot be changed anymore. It's going to be there. Ma.
Oh no, that thing really, when I heard it, I was really upset.
So maybe you have to pray hard.
Now,
tonight.
Now, let me talk about King Solid by Biton Power Niger. You see, when the head is already cut off, there's nothing you can do. When you don't cut head, come off. So put on back we had. When we are telling players, choose the right person. They refuse to listen to choose the right person. They are saying that we don't call. Our local. Tomo in your batchet, me finish here.
Now I'm gonna feel like a city of Melomi. Absolutely.
Hello, me, thank you. Penny. Yoruba Ironu. Oh, thank you. Now, look at your Nigeria now. Who are the people feeling it more? It's Yoruba people. They are feeling it more. They are the ones feeling it more than any other people.
What makes it more painful to some of them is the fact that there are actually those who voted for Tifnumbu in Yoruba land, right? Because they expected that it was going to make life better. Things are going to be cheaper. And those are the ones who are so pained right now. Like, this is too much now. We thought you were going to make it easier for us. But there are those who knew who they were, and they are not surprised what is going on now.
Yeah. Imagine yesterday if Pachola came outside and started talking that nobody should hold Tulumbu for food, for electricity. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is wrong with this man? Can't you, Pachola? Did they send him outside to come and talk like that? So, what is a government? What is the duty of a government?
It's a Barack Obama.
I like that one.
It's the one that will come and pretend that he wants to make sense. Oh, now fake. Oh, now fake. They
send him out.
Here you go. So I saw that video and I was like, is it not the same man that said the electricity is so easy to generate? Have you forgotten, man? He said electricity is so easy. He said just put 1,000. I better pass my neighbor generator together. That will give you 1 megawatt of electricity. Now put 10,000 together, you get 10 megawatt of electricity. It's so easy. But Bantu, you are those in charge of electricity in Nigeria. Until he became the minister of darkness himself. Yes, now.
Maiyegun, you remember when he was making mouth? Green Jonathan style. Talking don't disgrace in your theory. Now, you know why I even called? I called you because of one reason. You said the North. Have you noticed one thing that is happening?
What's that?
Hey, you know that the North, gbogbo tomatoes yẹn tó wá láti North àti àlùbọ́sà. Àwọn kọ́lọ́nì wọ́n máa ló ń gbé láti Niger. Àwọn kọ́lọ́nì they are not doing anything. Wọ́n ti gbé gbogbo ọkàn wọn lórí epo. They are doing nothing. So now you see, you know what we do now? Because they say in Nigeria that there's no onion. There's no tomatoes. Everything there's because they close the border. You see, you see the protest that they are protesting. It's because they close border. They can't go out again to get those things and bring it in to sell for the Southerners. So that is why you see protests.
Even Southerners too are kind of like, things are too expensive. They are no longer bringing anything. One woman said she always, she had a woman who is from Kano, she said, right? So she's a supplier in Lagos. That woman will help her buy all those things from Kano or from all those places, and she will bring them down to Lagos. Trucks. They said, she said that towards the end of last year, sometimes around November, the woman just disappeared, like no call, no nothing, all the supply chain gone. Somebody now said that maybe they have kidnapped her or killed her, or the business has become so but nobody could reach her. Many like that too.
Yes, now, because you know when Buhari was there, and you know that when Buhari was there, they were giving those people 5,000 naira.
That's right.
They were giving them every month. But we in the South, you see this man that just was a woman or a man that just finished speaking. I thank that person for one word they said. You see, like the North, Politico, Nigeria, left Nigeria long ago. But we from the South, we don't know what is happening. How can people be in a country, and people are operating on other law in their own place?
Forming their own army and all that stuff.
You cannot go there and sell alcohol, but they are taking money for alcohol. They are collecting revenue from alcohol. What kind of a country is this?
Nigeria.
What kind of a country is this? Please, can I ask?
Nigeria is only a place that such can happen. Nigeria. You can't see anything like that.
You see, you're drinking alcohol. And you are collecting revenue from alcohol every month.
Because they are
from other regions. So tell me, are we supposed to be together? What is our connection? Yoruba. Okay, yes, I want Yoruba to get Muslim.
Nothing, ma. Nothing.
Okay, but àwọn Yorùbá wa tó jẹ́ Muslim ẹ jọ̀ọ́. What is it? What is the connection with your kind of Muslim to the one from the north? What is can somebody just answer maybe when I drop? Kí difference? We from the
like what do you share together?
What do we share together?
For the love of God.
Because I don't know this kind of people.
Yes, ma.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma. Now you probably will go and read your answers in the comment now because some people are already going to be answering you that nothing. But there may be somebody with
Thank you. Let me leave so that somebody else will talk later. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Okay. You have a good one, okay?
Bye-bye.
Nice one, ma.
Yeah, bye.
So that's a question for the house. So all of you will be Muslims on the platform who understand Islam very well, and you are from the south. That is the question for you. Somebody is reading the comments, by the way. I have another caller on the line. Here, hello.
Good evening, Mr. Maiyegun. It's been a while.
It has been. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Grand.
I don't. To me personally, I don't think that Nigeria will get better because, like you've always said, you said that anything that goes up never comes back down.
You can also from there now. If I'm wrong, you can easily say no, Maiyegun, no. When things goes up,
I know. Me too.
Down.
I know.
You know.
I know me. So nothing will come down. So
you just get used to it.
That
that's what happened. We just get used to it.
Yes. In the rate that everything just skyrocketed is just. I've never seen this type of.
And now,
yeah,
did you hear what somebody said now when Anthony called from Lagos? You know what he said? He said a bag of rice is now 74,000 naira. Baba, just 2 days ago, I was still sharing a clip here saying 62,000, 63,000, now 74,000. Is that what it's going to be now for the next coming days and all that? Baba, die. Now die everybody day now. Die.
Because about a week ago, so I've been trying to reach, and then I had a lot of things in my mind that I wanted to discuss, and then now immediately, I just get it. Then everything will just go. Then I just don't know where to start from.
But most of the time, you don't. Probably you are the type who are like, I'm going to start with this. I'm going to then go to that and that. Don't do that. Whatever comes to mind in all the things that have been bothering your mind, pick one of them. The rest will join before you finish. Try it. Any one of them, because we discuss a lot. If you do remember any one of them that you have been like, oh, I'm going to call in and say something on that particular one, pick one of them that comes to mind, start talking about it, and the rest will come on. Within that, your space allowed their time. Do you want to try?
Yeah. Yes. What I want to say is that since that people have been dying, they've been killing people in every corner of Nigeria, and Mr. Tinubu has not even taken time off whatever he is doing, which is the normal practice everywhere else in the world, where if something is happening, the president with whatever he's doing there, he will stop it.
Come back to your country. You have to empathize. You have to show leadership.
Yes. At least, even if you are not, that if people doesn't like you, at least try to convince people that look, I'm trying here. You see, I'm going everywhere.
Fake it. Try and fake it. Pretend that you are concerned and all of that, but make sure something is actually done. When you begin to actually do things, even those who don't like you, they can't deny what you are doing. You know that? If in the last 9 months, for example, right, the electricity has improved so much with fact, not all this propaganda, they say, oh, in the last 9 months, they have connected over 500 or 600 communities to the grid because they have improved on this, improved on that, and show working, not propaganda. Even people who don't like you, they will begin to say, some productions are beginning to happen now. You know that when ships and planes bring goods to Nigeria, they always leave Nigeria empty. Nothing to take out of Nigeria to hand Nigeria money. But be like, sit down, don't they change? Remember all those farmers, they chase away in those so and so. Baba, they are going to have their first harvest by June 2024, because if you see the level of production, protection they give to them, and the that thing, things you can touch. Baba, there's no amount of people who don't like you. We go deny all those things. You get? But this one's no get plan. No plan. Trial and error. Anything, anywhere money they pack them. If the money they somewhere and they don't know how to steal the money, draft something together, take the money. People can continue to die. That's the problem. And people need to know.
It's I don't know. It's very bad, because now that we're in this state, this current state, what's the next? What's the way forward? Are people truly going to start, demanding for change? That okay, you know what, you've done enough. Just vacate the place. Let the person who can do it come out. I know people can do it. Numbers.
That's the difficult part. Trying to tell people who are victims that they can fight if they want to, but they are like, can we? Are you sure? I don't understand. I don't love that. You know that it makes it even more difficult, Baba. That people who are victims of all of these things we are talking about will still need to be convinced, like me and you talking now. All these things no affect you and I directly. We all know that too. Sure, you get. We are not affected directly.
So we are privileged.
See the people that these things affected are affecting every day. We actually need some special skills to convince them that they can actually stand up. Those things are the difficult part with that. But we won't stop. We'll keep pushing it until they know that they can actually do it. Brother, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for everything. You are one of the, well, I'm short of word right now, but I'm pretty sure that next time I call, I will say more.
No, you talk well. Thank you very much. For even like not giving up, not trying. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, but let's just keep. Let's keep. There's something they say that if all of us know better, the ideal thing is that we should do better. So we should all practice what we preach in every space we meet ourselves, find ourselves. Right, pass it, pass the fact, pass the truth, whether they like you for it or not. Don't argue with anybody. Walk away from it, but your truth will stay with them, because everybody has conscience. They may be denying. So your conscience is dead. Nobody's conscience is dead. They are trying to hide it, and conscience is an open wound. Only truth can heal it. Say it wherever you are. That is you spreading the word, and you'll be surprised the effect of that. By the way, because every day, Baba, every day. See, these criminals, they are giving credit. Their actions and inactions are giving credence to everything we are saying. When we say they are failing, this is going to happen, it is because we know these guys will do what they will do, and we know the result of it. Do you understand that now? So, you must never stop talking about it. Tell those who didn't know that they should know. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You have a wonderful weekend. Okay, nice one. Now, I have another caller, but I'm going to ask my caller to wait for me for a sec. So, yes, you can. It does happen. No, you have no idea how I have to fight being able to sit in front of you, speak my mind without me, without going off track. Even when I go off track, I quickly find myself back on that same track, and I continue my program to continue sharing my view with you. Some of you don't know the battle of being able to sit comfortably in front of thousands of people from all over the world. And then for somebody like me that has now managed to get over that, they call it a stage fright, camera fright. Because sometimes you see my callers who speak on this program and able to put everything together to the end. Majority of them have, they've had a constant sort of engagement like that. It may not be online like this, maybe somewhere else. Do you get that now? So I did have it too. I fought it. Then I have to fight the trolls. You know, I had to teach myself not to read the comments all the time when I'm making my very much point. And then sometimes I feel like, you know, it was like stage by stage. So if you think my caller was nervous, there's nothing wrong with being that. Sometimes you are making this call and this is somewhere and someone you've been like following for a very long time. Is a free place where everybody comes in and all that, but you've never had a chance of coming through like everyone else. So sometimes it happens and you just be like, I'm so short of words. So there's nothing wrong in being nervous. So don't ever feel bad if you are nervous about anything. That's why they actually produced some nervous, calm or chill medication. So thank you so much, everyone who actually pick up their phones to call in, you know, because even my callers, they have to deal with all of you. All of you now will be like, you are like, what's it called? I feel like carnivorous beasts. Sometimes when somebody says something that doesn't go down well with you. So somebody come on now, say their mind, and they go back to read the comments. They begin to have depression. They say, why did I call that program? Do you hear all the things they are saying about me in the comments? Have you not seen people who call back and say, the last time Maiyegun, when I call, people were saying so and so. I don't care. I don't care. I'll speak my mind. I say, just calm down. Do you know the secret? Don't read the comments. Because there are people here where they say, they are not judgmental, but when they realize that some quality contributions no reach the standard or the quality, they will come for you. Maiyegun, get this person out of here. Who be this one? Who be this useless one? My friend, get out. Maiyegun, hang up. Take another call. Don't read the comments. If you are calling MaiyegunsDiary Politico, if you are an independent-minded person, do not read comment, especially on YouTube. Those people there, Hello, my caller. I've kept you so long. Are you still there?
Yes, Maiyegun, I'm here.
I am so sorry. I had to say that because I don't want people to scare my callers away. A lot of you are like so I don't know, you know what I see when I look at the people on YouTube, MaiyegunsDiary Political YouTube, the comment section. I see this mean-looking, determined, people that you have to watch what you say. They're like looking at you like this. So imagine if you are now like, you take the microphone. Hello, my name is Michael. I just want to say, and people are like, say what? You want to say what? I don't like you do that to my callers. So I have to remind everybody that make it easier, be nice. When I say people should call in and speak their mind, it's because I've spoken mine. We can all listen to ourselves, even if we don't agree. I say that all the time, but they don't even listen to me. So anyway, my caller, are you there?
Yes, Maiyegun, I'm here.
Again, I apologize. Okay, so you're short. Thanks so much for waiting.
Yeah, Maiyegun, thank you for your good work so far. I just want to drop a quick stuff.
Please.
Like this evening, I got an email from GTP Bank saying that I can convert my USD to Naira with ease. So that policy that they were talking about
the one they are coming denied.
From, they are coming for your dollars. That's real. So I'm telling every Nigerians now, if you have dollar in your account, go and try and collect your dollar, because this is a subtle way of telling you that convert the money now, or we'll take it by force. So we've told you.
Money where they never see, brother. Money where they never see. They don't the right time for book. They said by the time this policy comes together, all of us sending money to Nigeria. When we send pound sterling, they will take it and give Naira to our people. When you send dollars, they will take it and give Naira to our people. They don't bank on them already. They said they will make $1 billion in 1 month.
Yeah, that's my second point. The second point is that the system that I normally use to send money to Nigeria, because I have a system that I use to send money to Nigeria. Yesterday when I was doing transaction, I could send dollars to Nigeria, but I just checked this evening now. They've removed the option to send dollar. It's only showing Naira. Yeah, so now they're only showing Naira again.
Yes.
They are banking on that policy that initially actually put in place that told the remittance companies that they can only bring in the foreign currency that they removed a few weeks ago. It's never up to 2 or 3 months.
I know.
Now they are bringing it back again through the back door by telling them that, listen, you can only bring naira into Nigeria. That your hard currency that Nigerian diaspora are remitting into the country. We need that money.
They need a fraction of it desperately.
Exactly. Yeah. And now I was looking at the Senate section when the CBN governor went there. I mean, I don't understand that country. That country is, I mean, it's a shocking place. I actually wrote down a few questions that I was expecting them to ask the CBN governor, which is one, that Mr. Governor, when you took office, when this current government took office, how much was the foreign reserve that you met there?
Clearly, fact for fact, figure for figure.
Yes, tell
where
us.
Everybody know waiting. You know, Baba, God,
you know, they didn't even bother.
Go on.
Then number two, they should have asked him that when is NNPC remitting US dollar into the CBN from the sales of crude oil sales? They didn't even ask him that. No. Right? Because NNPC is currently now, they are not remitting the USD.
No, for a long time. And I heard that, I was like, oh my God.
And nobody's saying anything about it. Number three, they should have asked him that what is Nigeria monthly requirement for USD in terms of people that are importing goods? How much do Nigeria currently need monthly?
You know what I mean? Like,
for people that are
you are the
goods.
ones they are requesting dollar from, Abi. Tell us, which of these dollar requirements that you have been receiving through this system is for business? Which of this is for education?
On a monthly basis.
Which one is for medical? You know what I mean? They did not.
Exactly. They didn't ask him. Then again, Maiyegun, I wrote this thing down.
Yeah.
Next question is that they should ask him that apart from crude oil and sesame seed, that what are Nigeria other source of USD revenue? So apart from crude oil and sesame seed that Nigerians are selling to get foreign currency, what other revenue does Nigeria have to get USD? They didn't ask him that. No. Next question is that what strategies have they put in place to diversify the Nigerian economy in the short term, the medium term, and long term to enhance USD inflow? They did not ask him that. No. Right? Next question is that what measures are being taken to ensure that Nigerians have equal access to USD through commercial banks without the need for you to know anybody in the bank, that any Nigerian can walk into the bank and say, listen, I want dollar or pounds or euro, and the bank will honor that transaction, without you having any connection. You don't need to know any bank manager or any one place for CBN, anybody in CBN. Every Nigerian have access to get Forex
whenever they need it, as long as they can produce the Naira equivalent. That's
exactly. They didn't ask him that. Like in South Africa, I think they say every South Africa have access to like equivalent of like 100,000 rand. Is that 50,000 or 100,000 rand every year? Equivalent of dollars. Every South Africa has that right. Right? The next question is that given that the commercial banks are they cannot do the right thing, what system is the CBN planning to implement to ensure that any Forex demand goes through the CBN? Maiyegun, I can even design a system for them for free. Everybody that needs Forex, go back to CBN. They don't want that.
You are talking about giving accountability. Baba, you missed the word accountability. To be able to answer all this correctly, right, and mean every answer as correct answer, you must be somebody who values responsibility. They don't want that. Have you not seen it?
Yeah, and then the last Maiyegun that I was going to say is that what happened to the currency swap that Nigeria did with China?
Hey,
meaning that Nigeria did this currency swap with China, meaning that because most of Nigeria
goods, $10 billion.
Yes, most of Nigeria goods are coming from China.
Go on.
Nigeria has no business looking for dollars up and down. Most of Nigeria goods are coming from China. What happened to the currency swap deal? Because apparently it was the IMF that warned Buhari not to ever go ahead with that deal. Because if they had done that deal, nobody needs dollar. What do you need dollar for? Nigeria goods are coming from China. I tell you what, the Nigeria's top tolerance for rubbish is I can't even imagine it. The other day I was listening to Sham that said that she can't even just imagine how Nigerians are able to tolerate nonsense that people are bastardizing your life. You cannot come out and tell them that, listen, you can't do this anymore. Somebody that looks like you, the same skin color, that speaks like you, that speaks your dialect or your tribal, whatever, that sleeps, that go to the bathroom, that have kids, and they are ruining your life. You cannot come out and challenge them.
Maiyegun, I'm telling you, Nigerians that are in Nigeria are incapable of taking their destiny into their hand. I'm telling you this. They've resigned, they've accepted their fate that they will die in poverty. Maiyegun, let me leave other people to comment, because as it is now, that country
he just left
is
us.
finished.
He just left us right now with so much to sort of think about. All those questions you asked there, even though the answers could be rhetorical, they could actually be like rhetorical questions, right? A lot of people realizing that the answers shows that we are done for. We leave a lot of people tonight, are thinking, Baba, you've done a great job.
One more last thing before I go. This is a message to all Nigeria, that anybody that is listening to this conversation now, change your money from Naira to USD. I've warned you. Tell your friends, tell your family, change your Naira to US dollar, either in a digital format or paper currency. I've told you that Naira is going to crash. You've not seen anything yet.
To cry. Wait, now you are talking about Naira crash or what have you? We are talking about you. Wait, be say you they save money. Like you said, change your money to dollar, and people don't change their money to dollar, put it in the bank. They're now saving it because they want to either jackpot or pay for school fees. And then one morning you wake up, your $14,000 is now going to be how much? It's going to be 1.something million naira. And you're like, what? I want my dollars. Give me my dollars. Say, no, dollar. It's now naira. When I see your video, I will play it on here. And you, my brother, you will now sound like a prophet. Because you know something? Somebody's going to remember that you said this tonight. Then. Okay? So we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, okay?
Thank
You're
you.
so wonderful. You have a good one, Baba.
You too. Thank you,
sir. Man, you see, when we are talking and it's sounding funny, so, the only way this is going to sound funny to you, if you are like me, people will not get money. I don't get bank accounts for Nigeria. Talk less of having any domiciliary account anywhere. So when they say, you better go and change your money or take your money out of the bank, I just laugh. You better go and take it. It don't mean anything to me. Oh, I have my friends and then my own colleague like that. Our belong. People wait be say we are still looking up to God, so that we self go get $1,000 for account somewhere. Where we say Nigeria fit threaten. You know what I mean? Since we know did that category, when everybody say, hey, you better go and take your money, we are like, that message is not for us. People will get money, now them get worries. Everybody will get money now will be like, man, hello Maiyegun. Sorry, you see that issue of dollar to naira? Is it true? Is it true? About you get money for domiciliary account? Hey, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's just that I just want to make sure that it is true. Baba, this is why they sweat for head. They don't change your money to naira. No, really. It's just that I was looking at my bank this morning. I did not deposit any 5 million naira in my. I just saw 5.5 million. Okay, 5.5 million. Should I to send here? It's just showing my bank that my bank sent me money. My bank will send there. We want to convert the dollar anyhow. Have you been able to open your domiciliary account? No. That's why I'm asking you, Maiyegun, is that thing true? You are a testimony. Is it true? When it happens, trust me now. I will bring the video here and say, what happened? Want to change the dollar and he say, heaven go fall now. If you don't give me back my dollar, I will burn your bank. I will burn your kiniko. When they make such videos, they ended up on my laps free of charge. Bam, Maiyegun. And I bring them here to say, I don't tell you, if Cardoso say, something, and Maiyegun say he's lying or don't believe him. Who are you going to believe? Me or Cardoso? We are counting days. Somebody said GT Bank don't already send them GT Bank already sent them email that they can convert their naira dollar to then breaking news. $1 billion long 1 billion. Anywhere they go see them, they don't finish the one they collected from the Afrexim Bank. I'll take one last one because, you know, we didn't start early, okay? And I told you that I will make it up to you, okay? So making it up to us here means I'll take my last call and it's not going to be a long one. My caller, hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Gbàǹjo bí mo rí màá rà ọmọ méjì tọrọ Nàìjíríà ti di gbàǹjo báyìí o.
Ó ti di gbàǹjo méjì kọ́bọ̀, bàbá.
Gbàǹjo ká sọ̀rọ̀ síbi ọ̀rọ̀ wà o. Àwọn èèyàn ń bẹ lórí pílátífọ̀mù rẹ o. Wàláhì tàláhì. Àwọn èèyàn gidi ń bẹ lórí pílátífọ̀mù yìí o. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni tó sọ̀rọ̀ tán tó béèrè oríṣiríṣi question yẹn. Ó ní wọ́n yẹ kán máa béèrè iye tí ń bẹ ní Forex gbogbo nǹkan. Ṣé rírú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn làwa Yorùbá ń fẹ́ o. Àwọn tí ó gbinlẹ̀ ṣẹ bí Yorùbá ó ti dúró. Àwọn ló yẹ ká wájọ o. Kìí ṣe gbogbo ariwo tí àwọn èèyàn ń pa yẹn. Ó yẹ ká máa ṣiṣẹ́ lábẹ́lẹ̀ gidi o. Torí ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ká gbogbo àwọn ọ̀nà tí Naija rí ìyà tí wọ́n fi fẹ́ẹ̀lì yìí. Nítorí pé Naija rí ìyà lèmi rí sí. Àwọn òyìnbó tó dẹ̀ fún wa ní Áfíríkà wọ́n mọ ohun tí wọ́n ń ṣe, wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìkà làwọn kó jọ.
Àwa jẹ́ bí ìkà.
Àwa ní headquarter ìkà tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn.
Gbèrè.
Ìtorí ẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ rí pé gbogbo àwọn security operatives wa ìkà ní gbogbo wọn o.
Tó bàbá.
Torí pé bí wọ́n sọ.
Wọ́n ti ń pe àkíyèsí yín sí pé ó dà pé a ti fà wọ́n sílẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan báyìí o, àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ Yorùbá o.
Wọ́n ò fara mọ́ díẹ̀ náà ni. My people, the thing wey I dey talk be say, because when I speak Awori, I was saying, now I don't speak I don't speak Ibadan, and I say another thing. No worry, when the Maiyegun general,
you just don't want to be left out, you know that feeling. But don't worry, Baba. I'm at any channel to do a full complete 100% Omo Dudua. Nígbà tí gbé studio wá sílẹ̀ tán. Nobody will be left out.
Lágbára Èdùmàrè, gbogbo yẹn la máa dúró dè. Àmọ́ ma just yarn my people, the thing where they talk, we say,
please.
Better people there for this platform. The people wey fit build the nation, wey build Yoruba nations, wey build Biafra nations, then they for this platform. The thing where they talk, we say, one by one, we could begin to galvanize ourselves. Like that man we asked those questions a few minutes ago, where they talk about why they no ask those a series of questions before then they borrow money. But then say na thief they sabi thief footpath on top of rock. Na so Yoruba talk. So wọ́n ló lè ní mẹ́sẹ̀ ó lè tọ̀ lórí àpáta ó lè gbogbo wọn ṣe máa béèrè question nígbà tó ṣe pé then by themselves na something dem follow fine come. Everybody now, Nigeria don't become a battleground for all of them. US, China, France, Europe, Nigeria, now their battleground. Now there, every one of them, they can't chop, take whatever they want to take and go out.
That's right.
Today, then when they talk, say, even in this country, they talk, say, then they buy fuel, a big gas for Russia. It has never occurred in the news that they have been drilling our oil for several years. They never say it in their news here. All the things, how they own about 30% of our port, they never say it. Has never gone on the news. None of them in this nation knew what they were getting from Nigeria. So my own be say, my idea be say, make you come up with a program. I don't know when you go feel come up with those programs. Say, let us just come discuss the solution time.
Yes.
So that people can be coming with solution
where
time.
ideas can be debated.
Yes,
and
ideas can be
facts can be sustained. Baba, I am all for it too.
That's right.
But yeah, we are getting there. I agree.
So that ideas can be galvanized,
right.
we can identify people that can build a nation. Wherever they are, they can build the nation from wherever they are. It is just a system.
Right.
A system that needs to be put in place. A system can now be put in place, then people will know that this is a nation being built. Because no matter what, people can just be talking and be talking. I will know that we are sensitizing people, but at the same time, if you can create that solution time, you will discover that there are so many people that can work all these things without even traveling to Nigeria. Even the Yoruba nation, the Biafra nation can be built before even going anywhere. And everybody will know that those who are working.
It is time to put boots on ground than just the talk. It is time for us to actually roll up our sleeves and stop expecting others to do the job. I agree with you. 100%, sir. 100.
So tell our people, make them no angry because now
exactly. So we are going to begin to have all these languages because the message is that we want this message out. So part of the plan is. You meant I have people who are either close by, and you know, technology these days, you don't even have to travel down to Glasgow to participate in programs that can actually reach tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. And the point is this, for any language that we can speak to pass all these messages, people will begin to take up all these positions soon. And we will definitely do wonders. So yeah, you are one of those we are looking forward to as well. There are many, many people that have volunteered that see if you can create a program that allows us to speak to the Hausas, to speak to the Fulanis, to speak directly to the to this ethnic nationality, to that ethnic nationality. It will be so wonderful to have that. I said, well, we can experiment it, and we will experiment it, sir.
Yes, because it will be a great solution, because this is why the people themselves, they have been trained by the colonial masters, which is why they took away history and they left us in abject poverty, so that you don't know. All these market people that are crying is because they don't know what they are putting themselves into. If they know what they are meant to do, and that's why they take courses like civics away from the school. You can't teach people any of those things, and people are left in. Even those days, if you speak Yoruba in the school, they will say you are speaking vernacular. They take our language, take everything, and
they make less you are speaking vernacular. They make our identity so less that
you have
don't
to
want us to be proud that who we are. It's sad that they did that for
look at
decades.
our own Awori now. They don't change until if they go, if they come. No Awori language anymore in the whole Lagos. Àwọn ọmọ àtọ̀hún wà wọ́n dẹ̀ àfọwọ́gbá lójú. Èyí tó jẹ́ ọmọ ọba àlúwà ń sìn is a motor packed out. You can't believe it. And he's still the chairman of the motor packed out, and he's still the king. Can you imagine? Aha.
Thank
you
so much, sir. I mean, it's so lovely to hear from you, and thank you very much. So you have a wonderful evening too. Okay. So there is where we are going to draw the curtains tonight. I've had my share, you've had yours, and for those who tried to be part of this tonight but couldn't due to traffic, you've been part of it already. A lot of you have been there in the comment section, and you have been very, very active. So another time will be your time too. Okay. Thanks a lot for spending your evening with me again. Okay. You all have a wonderful night, and I will see you again. Okay. Thank you very much. Good night.
Maiyegun dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Maiyegun Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.